Jesus said, "Man cannot live on bread alone, but from every word that proceeds from the mouth of God." You're listening to Daily Truth.
It's important that we remember that everyone who rebels in this life against God will not necessarily be miserable in this life. Just as everyone who obeys God in this life will not necessarily receive health and wealth in this life. There is no guarantee that Christians will be healthy and wealthy in this life. And there is no guarantee that the wicked will be sick and poor in this life. The psalmist wants justice right here, right now. And since this doesn't appear to be happening, he feels as though all of his purity, all of his obedience has been in vain. The psalmist is in desperate need of a proper view of eternity. That's the problem. What the psalmist sees as injustice with God only appears to be injustice because the psalmist is not looking down the line. He's not looking with an eternal viewpoint. He's forgetting about the life to come. Now I want to say something here, because I think there are two pitfalls that it's easy for us to commit, to fall into. One is the prosperity gospel. It is easy for the Christian to think that if I obey God, that if I have enough faith, that God is obligated to bless me in this life, that I'll be healthy, wealthy, and wise. And the flip side of that is to believe likewise that the wicked, those who are not faithful to the Lord, those who are not obedient to His commandments, that they would be decimated, that they would be impoverished, that they would have none of the Lord's blessing here and now in this life. That is the prosperity gospel. That is a heresy. That is a lie. And yet, many of you have heard that. Many of you have heard John Piper crying out against the prosperity gospel. You've watched American Gospel, the film, right? You're very aware of the dangers of the prosperity gospel. One of my concerns pastorally is that although the church at large has done great work and made great strides against the prosperity gospel, the health and wealth gospel, I think that we have, in our adjustment, our recalibrating, that we have perhaps overcompensated and fallen in the ditch on the other side of the road. That we act as though God is completely arbitrary in how He acts and behaves, as it were, here in this life, on the earth. Now, the Bible does have promises for the righteous. And these promises are not only, they can never be less than, but they certainly are more. They include more than merely the life to come. That there is a blessing for the righteous here and now. And there is judgment for the wicked, not only in the life to come, but here and now.